Aloha, everyone, and welcome to 22 and You. And this is a show where we get deep into the topics that interest you for the highest and greatest good of our journey together in our expansion and growth. And today we have a special guest with us. We have Amy KK from Becoming You Beautiful Whispers. And I am Neil Molokai Mystic with my super sidekick over here.
Nick with my angels.
And Amy, can you introduce yourself and your group?
Hey, everybody. I'm Amy Kokolis, and affectionately known as Amy KK. I had a whisper deep in my soul for many, many years, and I finally got nudged last July to finally step out. I heard somebody tell me the exact right thing I needed to hear at the exact right moment I needed to hear it. I'd heard a million times before from different people, and just divine timing, it struck at that right moment. And that what that person said to me was, know your value, know your worth, see your beauty, see yourself. And I finally decided to listen to my whispers I've been having for years, my beautiful whispers in my soul that called me to stand up and shine my light and to start my own group, Becoming You Beautiful Whispers. And sorry, it's for the ladies only. It's a safe space for women to come and be their authentic, beautiful, loving selves with no judgment. It's a supportive, loving environment. It's amazing to me. Having grown up in a world where there was a lot of nitpicky stuff going on with women and women tearing each other down, our group does not do that. Like, never is there a negative word against anybody. And I always tell everybody it's our group, not my group. I was inspired to start it, but it's our group, and we love each other, and we're sisters. So I welcome the ladies only, and Nick and Neil, Janelle. I still want to call you Janelle, not Neil, but it is what it is.
I go by
Nick,
all kinds of names.
I know, but Neil seems funny to me. So I've always so Nikki and Janelle have been there from the beginning, supporting me, loving me, guiding me. They have been my mentors from the beginning on this journey, and I am so blessed to know them and have them be such a deliverance of abundance into my life, because they are very abundant with their knowledge and their love and their blessings. So they've been with my group from the beginning, and I invite all you guys to come on over and join the group, ladies only, as well. So thank
Yes,
you guys.
it has been an honor to have you as part of our sacred journey as well, and watching you grow and expand. And yes, I know a lot of you are familiar with our Amy KK in the comments, and some of you have actually joined her group, Becoming You, Beautiful Whispers. So take advantage of that link in the comments, girls, and jump into that group. It's right there. And actually, I want to congratulate her because she is now certified in her angel guides. So,
Woohoo!
woohoo!
Certification.
Yes, congratulations. And
Thank you, thank you.
she also does card readings in the group for everyone. And she really expresses herself and is very authentic in this group. And she welcomes everyone to be just as authentic, because everyone in this group becoming you, that's what it's about. Not only becoming you, but shining in the all of you, in the positive, in the strength, and in the vulnerabilities. Because we, as that feminine energy, we know that we're givers. We're givers and we're givers. But in this sacred space, that feminine energy can be received as well. So in this group, you guys, if you haven't, well, ladies, if you haven't already joined, please do so. Um, and Nick is on it. She's popping in all of the comments and everything.
Awesome.
There is one, well, couple of things I do want to give people a heads up on, and that is we are not doing the ABCs of Oracle card reading today. Why? Yes, I know it's Sunday, but today is the 22nd. So today is 22 and you. So we are going to be talking about Loving yourself when you have been feeling invisible. You know, it's hard to love ourselves sometimes when we're in the belief that nobody sees us. But there's something important there. It's whether or not we see ourselves. This is where we bring in that love, you know. So 22 and You is about talking about those tough subjects and about growing and expanding through them together. Because you guys know the end of this sentence, because we shine brighter what?
Come on, together.
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 Together. You guys know this. So, shining brighter together in this group and shining brighter together in Becoming You Beautiful Whispers. So again, ladies, I invite you to take advantage of the link in the comment and join this beautiful group. It is very uplifting. And we have a new certified card reader right in front of us. She's been doing cards, she's been growing, she's been expanding, and she committed to earning that certificate. So I'm very, very proud of you and congratulations and
Thank you.
continued blessings upon everything you do. So,
Thank you.
yes, join the group, guys. Now, there is something else we wanted to discuss, and that is that we are having our class coming up. You guys voted for the time, and the winning time was 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the class will be held. It is free, donations accepted, but it is a free class. It will be on Zoom. Everyone that registers and joins the private group, Nick will drop that link in the comments for you. Join the private group. That is your registration. Make sure to answer the questionnaire because in the questionnaire is your email. Email address is where the Zoom link will be sent. And then you will have access to it. And if you know anyone that is interested in the title of this class is Nikki.
The title is Invoking the Archangels for Focused Inner Healing.
Thank you. So, invoking the archangels for focused inner healing is also included in our topic today. So, Amy, you just committed to yourself in receiving a session of focused inner healing with Nick and I. And there's a reason that your heart was calling you to this session. Can you talk about what your heart told you?
My heart told me to stop the bullshit stories. And ladies, just disclaimer, I curse. But to stop the stories, and men, I'm sorry, we probably have men here too. But to stop the stories, stop the, stop dimming my light, stop putting other people before me. It called me to stand up. I mean, my most beautiful, authentic self. And although I've been doing that for a year now, almost, it was different with Nick and Neil when they approached me. They just put it out there, and just their love of what they're doing. I know that they have the expertise to help me. And they, like this, they guided me through my healing. So it wasn't looking to Nick and Janelle to heal me. It was them being my, I'm gonna, for lack of a better word, they were my guardrails. And they allowed me on my path to figure out my stops and my blocks and my BS stories that I kept telling myself. And they helped me see how I can reframe it because I'm worthy of it. And like I said, it was that was the most amazing thing. Like I thought I've had different healings before where people have actually supposedly done the healing for you. These two beautiful ladies guided me through healing myself. They taught me techniques, um, taught me things that I can tap back into to allow me to experience it on my own with, like I said, with their guidance. They put me on that path. And I have no doubt in my mind that what they have given me is beyond explanation. I can't even put into words just how different I feel. Um, it's amazing. It's just knowing that it's about me. And a lot of times people grasp at, well, how do I do this? Or who can do this for me? And they showed me that I can do it for myself anytime, anywhere, and that I don't need them or anybody to do it for me. It's about me and doing it for me. So blessed so much, ladies. Thank you. Yeah, and let me just say I always well, recently I've had an affinity to archangels, and I've just become more aware of tapping into the I want to say the accessory, for lack of a better word, the accessory of the archangels, because they shouldn't be just out there. They should be an accessory you use at all times, an accessory you put on, earrings, rings, jewelry. They're your accessory. You need to carry them and take them with you everywhere you go. And I had that I worried about who I was supposed to pray to for this, or who I was supposed to pray to, what archangel should I call in for this and that, and my health and abundance, and worrying about praying to the right archangel. When if you draw them into you, like I said, it's as an accessory, and you wear them proudly and their energy and bring them with you every day of your life, you don't have to worry about which one I have to pray to. When you already have, for lack of a word, I'm going to use a cloak word, you have a cloak of abundance of spirituality and goodness and blessings and love and light surrounding you when you just tap into them. And this class is going to be amazing, because the more I learn about archangels, the more I'm like a little kid with ice cream. I want more and I want more and I want more. And I can't wait to take this class. I'm so excited. And
Oh,
to see what even more beautiful things it brings to me in my life. And like I said, just put them on like an accessory. Don't even think about it. Just put them on every day and bring them with you. So yeah.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. You're welcome.
thank
So
you.
excited.
Yes. And Amy, and full disclosure, guys, Amy is a part of Nick and mine's soul tribe. You know, um,
Yes.
and we have been interacting and supporting one another and helping each other release and manifest, and all of these beautiful things. And it's a very humbling experience to hear the impact that we have on her journey. I mean, and all we're doing really is lovingly holding space for one another. you know we're not forcing our beliefs on each other. We are supporting the beliefs that they have for their journey and empowering each other. So I think it's a very mutual respect that we have for one another, and you bring in this as well. Hello, sweetie. You're on the show too. You say hello.
Oh, sorry, my husband just walked in. I just brought them in for they ate. So
That's
you might want to take them out. Okay. It's going to storm here. So he was just telling me I'm going to take them
oh,
out.
so thank you for letting us know you did join for the class. And guys, again, the class is coming up. It's going to be Saturday, June. I don't know why I keep wanting to say November. So Nick, keep November in your brain, because we might be having a class in November. Because every time I want to say the date, I've even typed November when I'm doing the
Oh,
advertisement. So I think something will be coming up happening in November. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just going to listen to the
out there.
It will certainly be
signs
something
and
big.
go. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So in the class, you'll have Nick and I, but you'll also have some of the other participants that received focused inner healing readings from us. You guys realize that this was something we were giving away on our Silly Rainbow show, and a lot of you have received these sessions, and you are we would appreciate it if you humbled us with your presence as well. So the link is in the comments in regards to the group. All you have to do is join the group, answer the questionnaire, put your email link so that we can send you the Zoom link to attend the class. The class will be recorded, and we will send that out to that Zoom, to that email that you submit in the questionnaire. So very, very important.
It's awesome.
Um, so now let's go a little deep. Let's go a little deep. And you have been watching you in this journey of growth, and there's always a common theme that would come up. And your heart space today in the session that we had brought up the importance of you know, and when that came in, it was very adamant that, hey, me. Okay. And what did you find when you started tapping in? What was it that brought forth the empowerment of why it's important for you to honor me? Not me, but you.
Me. And the funny thing is about becoming you, I again made it about you and not about me, when it should have always been and my becoming you was actually about becoming you, but I lived in the you part instead of me embracing the me part of it all. And it was always about how can I make everybody else happy, and how can I be the good girl, and how can I be in service to you and to God and to the universe, when it should have been how can I be in service to me. I need to be strong. I need to be self-dependent. I need to love myself in order to see my worth and my value and my beauty and all the things I bring to this world, and how I can shine my light, not necessarily for everybody else, but shine my light for me. Because it is about me.
And when we love ourselves fully, what do I always say?
Yes. Yep.
Self love ripples out.
Yes.
It
Yes.
ripples
Yeah.
out and touches those that are drawn to your light, you
Yeah.
know. But you
And
have to be ignited
yeah.
first
Yes.
before you can
Yes.
glow, you
Yeah.
know.
And
Um,
and and I'm about service to God, and I ask, whoever you guys believe in, I ask every day, how may be in service to you and to the world, and now to myself, because it's about, yeah, God, the high being, whoever you guys believe in, is number one. But guess what? You're him too. You're her too. You're part of all of it, and I'm part of every one of you. And if I don't love me and respect me, how the heck do you actually think that I should love and respect you guys? And I never thought of it that way. I never thought you always hear connection, but today it hit me, connection. And in me loving me and respecting me, I'm actually loving and respecting you guys even more. But it still comes back down to, it's got to start with you, well, with me. And there's
when
nothing wrong.
we feel invisible, when we can't see ourselves, how can we expect anybody else to see us?
Right, right,
Because this is the energy that we're putting forth,
right,
you know. So it's the importance of not being in that invisible energy towards ourselves. When
right.
we can see all of our strength and our weaknesses and still loving on ourselves, knowing that we're growing and we're expanding. When we see me, everyone else sees me too.
True,
You know,
true.
this is when we shine, and we are all connected, because whatever energy we're telling ourselves about ourselves, you know, and I loved that Nick brought up the question, well, okay, well, nobody sees me. I'm invisible to everyone. Hmm? Maybe ask yourself, do you see you? Are you invisible to you? You know? And there are things that people are trying to, figure out, how do I love myself? And I don't even feel worthy of my own love of myself because of X, Y, and Z in the past. How do they get past that guilt? Okay. So now we've had this session, we've worked with you in
Right.
these things. Now show what you know, express, expand, and help others to grow. when we have this ingrained guilt, either by our religion or society, our parents, there's this guilt that comes in, and we think, hmm, we think that this is our truth. We are guilty and shameful for X, Y, and Z. What did you discover? How can people say, well, how can I honor and love myself when I don't feel deserving of it because of X, Y, and Z in the past?
So our beautiful Nikki asked me some questions, and then she pointed out that everything that I was doing was about actually loving myself. I wasn't getting the love that I needed, and I ended up doing things that most people would not be proud of, and I'm not going to go in there into that, but and I felt guilt for expressing myself in an unconventional way, we'll say. And what was pointed out to me is I was doing all that because I was searching for the love that I needed, that I wanted, that I was so deserving of. And I searched outside of the norms. I searched outside of the family for the loving that I was entitled to. And because I didn't do it the way society thought I should do it, or the way I was raised to do it, I brought guilt and shame to myself because I was expressing myself differently. And that's not a like I'm glad I did what I did, and I would never ever like go back and change it. But Nikki helped me, and Janelle helped me to see that what I did was perfectly beautiful for what I had to go through, and to help me find me and get what I needed. And the whole time where I was beating myself up, oh, hold on. The whole time I was beating myself up, sorry, drop the cough drop wrapper, for um, for not doing what I was supposed to do, when in actuality was I was actually loving myself and doing what I needed to do to get in touch with myself. And all that guilt and the shame and the animosity and the anger that I felt towards myself, I actually should have been thanking myself for allowing that I was allowing myself to express and get what I needed. And it shouldn't have been a guilt issue. It shouldn't have been a, oh my God, like hide behind like lie issue. It should have been, this is my authentic self. I love myself. I'm supporting myself. And I'm getting what I need. So there was a lot, like I said, a lot, and you guys, a lot of guilt there. And Nikki especially helped me see that guilt is not the answer. Guilt was not what I should have been not worried about, but that I should have been concentrating on. I should have been concentrating on that I'm actually loving myself by getting what I needed. And I was giving myself what I needed. Long story short.
And when we look at a baby
Mhm.
in a grocery store, in the carrier, and this baby is screaming bloody murder, should we put guilt on this baby because this baby is expressing what it needs?
Right.
Maybe in a way that society is going, oh God, that kid is spoiled, or this kid is this, and they start putting labels on. Is that child expressing what they needed, knowing that they needed something, and nobody is understanding what they need? Now, does this child deserve guilt for yelling out and making sure somebody gets them what they need?
Right.
There's no guilt there. So when we are fulfilling the needs that we are not receiving from where we would normally receive them, then obviously we look to unconventional ways. We look to things that may not be socially acceptable, but it works for us in the moment. It works for us,
Mhm.
you know? And now that we have grown and expanded and we can look back and we can see what serves us, what the root cause is. And I'm telling you guys, trust me on this one. Everything, even as heavy and negative as it may have felt, is rooted in love. There is a core there. Our old patterns, our old way of beliefs, everything that we're judging ourselves on is rooted in love. And once we discover that as our truth, then we are no longer invisible. We are no longer invisible because everything we see in ourselves and we know was for love, this helps us shine. This helps us so we shine so bright, we are no longer invisible. We are magnificent. We are miracles. We are part of divine light. And there is nothing in your path that has stumbled over, climbed over, went around, dug yourself under. However, you got through, it was perfect for you. It was perfect for you. And it is this empowerment that helps you remember your truth
Mhm.
so that you can love and work on yourself, expanding and growing and trusting and seeing things with a new perspective. You know, it's hard when you hear people say, just let it go. Let it go. Love yourself. You got to love yourself. And this is a journey of coming to a place where you are open enough to say, I'm ready to dig in. I'm ready to ask my heart for the understanding that my head has yet to discover,
Right.
you know, and then you can move forward. Then you are ready to walk through that truth doorway. And you can't help but to be visible with a capital V. Visible. Okay, so
And as much as I have let go of and moved through and grown in the past year, it wasn't until the healing session with you guys that I realized that it wasn't about moving through it, and it was more about digging into what the actual root of the issue is. And it wasn't just about letting it go. It was, hey, I see you. I see where you are. I see where you were. I see what caused this and what built upon this. And yeah, you can release it, and yeah, you can let it go and move on. But why not embrace it instead? Why not cherish it and love it and flip the story around? Versus you're bad and you shouldn't have done that, to hey, you know what, you did what you needed to do for the love of you and to get what you needed, and just change the story. And in changing the story, I won't ever be ashamed of where I came from or how I handled it. I will now embrace the beautiful gifts that that 5 year old girl and what she did brought into my life. And I don't want to let her go. I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let the story go and be buried. I want to embrace it and wrap it in everything and all my being and my fibers, and embrace the beautifulness of how that came to be and how that transformed me, just learning what happened when I was 5 and understanding how to bring that into and incorporate that into me. And it is me. It's not something, a gremlin that I should be ashamed of and put away. It's me, and I'm proud of it. And I'm thankful to you guys for helping me with that.
oh, yeah, you. And this is that energy of shining, you guys. This is the energy of seeing yourself and saying, you know what? I'm pretty damn good. I am strong, and I have been loving myself my whole life,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? And sometimes we don't realize how much we really love ourselves, and because it's so compiled with the expectations and the should haves and the would haves and what society says is appropriate.
Hmm.
But I'm telling you, I'm in a wheelchair, guys. I will accomplish stuff on my knees. I can still crawl. It may not look pretty, but I will get it done. Okay. So what other people think is the appropriate way of getting what you need accomplished, it, that's their opinion, and it's not your truth. What works for you is what works, and it's for a reason, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm so very proud of you for walking that journey, and you did such a great job. You guys, when you think of shadow work, think of the treasures you will find.
Yeah.
Think of the treasures you will find. And the deeper you dig, the more precious the gems, you know? Because there's some stuff in there that you may not think, how can this be a treasure? Let me tell you, it is rooted in love. It is rooted in love. And the more you realize how much you have loved yourself on your journey, the more appreciation you have in regards to loving yourself. Because you are honoring not only your now, but that inner child that was trying so hard to say, see me, I
Yeah.
love you, I see you, I feel you, I know your worth. Shine, you know. Nikki, is there anything you would like to add? You're so cute and quiet.
She is, isn't she?
I was going to say earlier when you were mentioning about all these years we have been loving ourselves, most of the time I realized, I mean, from my personal experience,
I
I
see.
Mhm.
thought that I
Silly.
wasn't loving myself for most of my life. And I think I didn't. But what made me not love myself is the fact that others kept telling me, you need to love yourself. You need to learn how to love yourself. I mean, when people keep telling you this, they are putting this idea on you that you don't love
It's good.
yourself.
It's good.
And when it comes from different sources, you feel like, well, there must be something wrong with me. Like everything, society nowadays is like, whatever wrong in your life, they label you as someone
Yes.
who doesn't love yourself. Like you're in a bad relationship, oh, you need to love yourself. You need to forgive yourself. You have a car accident, you need to love yourself. You're you're having a bad day, you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. What do you know about me to tell me to love myself, you know?
Right. Right.
If whatever is wrong with anyone, they are telling you to love yourself, and they don't realize that all your life, whatever you're doing, you are just loving yourself. And even the thing that they are judging bad, you're doing them because you're loving yourself enough to do them, to stay alive and to keep going. Like even when in my head I'm going to maybe negative thinking, those negative thinking are keeping me alive. So
Yeah.
don't tell me to love myself. I'm loving myself by having these negative thoughts when I need to go there. I'm loving myself. No one can judge you that you're not loving yourself. They're not in your head.
Yeah.
They're not living your life.
Ooh,
And
you
I
spoke
don't
your mouth
believe,
at night.
I know. Seriously, I was like, wow. Don't you tell me.
Ooh.
I don't believe that any single person can not love themselves. You in like it's your inner right, and you are born loving yourself and you die loving yourself. This is something you do. And when you do something that doesn't, it's the influence that comes from outside. So once you remove the influence, you realize that you always love yourself.
And I
Wow.
came across an aha moment for me a while back. It was about a year ago, maybe a little more. I don't know. No, it's about a year ago, and I realized I had been living a pattern, and I didn't I wasn't even aware that I was still doing it. And it was about mirrors. I don't look in mirrors. And well, I do now, but because now it's like, how you doing? Okay. But, but I was trying to figure out why it was that when I went into the restroom or whatever, it was as quick as I could possibly go. You know, I mean, I would go straight past the mirror to the toilet, come back, wash my hands, and out of there. I don't wear makeup. I can do my hair without looking in the mirror. And mirrors for me, I had this aversion and I didn't realize I was doing that. I didn't, and I'm like, okay, where did this come from? You know? And it all stemmed from as a child, people's opinions. I'm not worthy. I'm ugly. There's no baby pictures because you'll break the camera. You were left on the doorstep and you were
Ugh.
so ugly that the only reason why you're still here is because mom felt sorry for you because she knew nobody would adopt you. I mean, a lot of these untruths that I ended up I didn't believe it. My core didn't believe that I was so unworthy. I mean, you know, the things that were said. Um, and so to protect my own belief that I was worthy, I stopped looking in mirrors because I was afraid I would see what they saw. I was afraid that I would see what they saw. And that would break what I considered my truth, which was I am worthy enough to be here. I am more than that left baby in the basket at the doorstep, you know. Um, and so I had begun this journey of not looking in the mirror. And then I'm Catholic, and there was confession, and I had to confess because one of the things that you discern on is all of like, do you love yourself? Because you love others as you love yourself, and I was like, they're saying you can't love others fully if you don't love yourself. So my confession was, I don't know if I love myself. I don't know that this was a few years back, and my penance was not the Our Father or the Hail Marys. It was even worse. Okay, I didn't get 100 Hail Marys. Okay, what I got was every day you are to look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself. I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, I'm about to go sin now because I am not doing that. Okay, so then I tried, I couldn't do it. And I went back and to confession again, and my confession was I did not do my penance. Okay, I could not do it. And this is that mirror work, and this seeing my own reflection. Yes. And you feel like you're the biggest critic. And there are techniques that we can learn and journey together about learning to love the vessel that you're in. But the trick that helped me did not come from the priest's advice. I'm sorry, Father, but I love you. But was actually one of my soul sisters. So again, this goes back into having that soul tribe, being able to feel like you can be vulnerable. So it wasn't until I found people in my soul tribe and one of them gave me the advice, and it works for me. I'm not going to say what's for you, but it worked for me. And in this, I was able to see what my divine guides, what my higher self, what my soul sees. Because I would tell the priest, I love my gifts. I love what I can use to serve others. It was me. And I was afraid to look in this mirror. I really was afraid to look in this mirror because all of me trying to protect myself could be shattered in that one moment, you know? And the tip that I was given was it's not about going in the mirror and just saying, I love you, I love you, I love you until you finally believe it, because I wasn't feeling it. I was feeling like I was a hypocrite. You know, what I was asked to do was to try and just close my eyes and set the intention in my heart with the request of being able to see the me that the divine sees, that my angels see, that my past loved ones see. And in opening my eyes, I literally started crying and I was like, there you are. There you are. This is who I've known all my life and was afraid that that knowledge would be shattered, that truth would be taken away because I couldn't see through the divine eyes until I was ready to, you know. So this little trick of not looking in the mirror became a pattern for me, and I didn't even realize it until I started doing some inner work. And then I discovered that no, I can see the divine in me. This is who I always knew was there, but I was too afraid to look, you know. And being able to do that, now I can look in the mirror and go, how you doing? So you guys get your how you doing in, and remember that whatever reason these patterns developed in you, it was for your highest good in the moment they were birthed. It is love based. So when you are on the journey to finding the love in yourself for yourself, don't worry about the guilt. Don't worry about the concerns of actions taken in the past. You are worthy. You are worthy simply because you are. You do not need to earn that worth. You have loved yourself all of your life by whatever means necessary. These are deep subjects because sometimes what's necessary ain't pretty, but it's okay. Because, like we were saying earlier before we came on, even the mud an elephant needs to roll in to protect their skin. So we will find a way. Our higher selves, our inner child, is working for you. Life is working for you. It is not happening to you. So loving yourself is a journey. Honoring that love of yourself is a blessing. Yes, sparkly truth. Yes. Amen.
Go ahead, buddy. We're having storms here, so they're freaking out over the storms.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, get so awesome.
So, is there anything else you would like to share, Aim?
Listen, I'm always a big preacher of just love yourself. Like you were saying, like society tells you just love yourself and just value yourself and feel worthy. And, you know, who do they think they are telling you this? And screw them and stand up for yourself and kick that man to the curb and or woman, whatever it is. When in essence, like I wasn't listening to my own self. I wasn't allowing myself to feel and to live and to do as I was telling everybody else to do. And it's amazing to me how I could give such awesome advice when I wasn't following up myself. So I had the knowledge, obviously, inbred in me by tapping into what's given to me. But the gift that I just realized with this healing session with you guys was that gift is not just for everybody else. The gift is for me too. So when you're talking to somebody, you're giving somebody advice, stop and think for a second. Am I following the advice that I'm downloading from my connection to source for myself? Obviously, I'm being given it to help other people, but you got to help yourself first. Just like when you're in an airplane, what do they say first? Put the mask on yourself first, then your child. Because if you cannot sustain your own life and your own being, how the heck are you going to be able to do it for anybody else? How can you help anybody else when sounds good. I'm helping everybody, but in essence, you're not helping anybody because you're not. Again, the connection with all of us is, what you do to yourself, you do to everybody else, and what you say to everybody else, you say to everybody, to yourself, you say to everybody else, even unintentionally. You're doing it intentionally when you don't listen, you don't tap in. So me. So make that your mantra. Me. It's gonna be my new mantra.
Nikki,
Awesome.
anything you'd like to share?
I would like just to ask a question to Amy because this is 22 and you.
Uh
And
oh.
Amy, we are like almost mid of the year 2022. And you have done a lot of work on yourself in the last year and mainly 2022 so far. And now you had this session. Um, what do you, how do you foresee month, the next few months of 2022? Like,
Wow. Wow, that's a really good question. Give me a second to think. Give me a second to think.
like, what do you see as, do you have any ideas that you would like to implement, or do you see changes in your routine or in your um, way of seeing things or living your daily routine
Yeah.
or in your habits or your pattern or
Yeah. So first off, I do a daily meditation practice every day, and some days I'll do like my prayers. Like I have prayer books that I can read out of, and you have to do this every day. You have to do your prayers, and now I'm seeing that you don't have to have a formalized prayer. You Meditation is important because it's opening you up, but it doesn't have to be an hour meditation. It can just be a quick sit outside in the sun, be like, okay, God, what do you got for me today? Universe, show me something good today. Shower me with abundance today. It doesn't have to be a formalized prayer. So I want to keep doing that. I want to spend a lot more time talking nicely to myself and doing mantras to myself like, you're beautiful and you know it. Your abundance is coming in. Just open the door, let it happen. um, some ladies may know I'm actually writing a chapter in a book coming up, so I'm excited about that. I want to just keep growing my group and shining my light, and hopefully I'll get a whole book written, hopefully by the end of the year. And I just want to relax into the knowing that me just being here with the beautiful community that I've been blessed to be a part of is is really good. I don't have to rush around, and yeah, I don't have to be like, oh my God, I have a deadline. I have to do more. Do. It's more about being one with myself and the connections that I have, and loving myself just because I'm here,
that's
not with
perfect.
not with all my accomplishments. Like I've my bucket list. I'm checking my bucket list off, but there's no urgency to my bucket list anymore.
That's perfect. It was actually what I was hoping to hear, Amy. It's like
Awesome.
it's like removing the should
Yes,
and
yes.
just being.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
Yes.
perfect. That's
Perfect. And
absolutely,
enjoying.
yeah.
Yeah, enjoying. And welcoming. I know there's all kinds of stuff out there for me. Um, just even new friendships and just more smiles and more love and more blessings. And
The miracles are at the door.
yes,
You need to
yes,
open the door.
exactly. And allow. And now that I feel like I'm worthy enough,
Yeah,
after you guys, like I said, you guys are my guardrails. Like I don't want anybody to think that they're going to tell you what to do, because that's not what true healing is about. True healing is about, let me show you how to figure it out without me telling you what the problem is, without me telling you what's wrong with you. And it's not even about what's wrong. It's about what can you heal? What can you incorporate back into your soul, into yourself? And they were, like I said, guardrails is the only thing I can think of. I'm on my path and they're my guardrails just to keep me, just,
Chugging along.
yeah, asking me questions, asking me questions, and making me and when the questions they ask helps me refrain or reframe, I should say, my words to myself and my mental picture that I have, and just the way they ask me the question, Janelle and Nikki asked me the questions, and you know, like, what do you think, or how would you do it differently, or what's your future look like for you? It got me thinking, hey, I'm worthy of investing this time in myself. I'm worthy of having a vision for my future that's bigger than I can ever imagine, but still living in the present moment, being here and allowing things to unfold authentically. Because being here in the present and showing up for yourself and showing up for the world as your beautiful self is the best way to make changes in the world. And the best way to have your vision come to fruition is being present, because everything's created in the here and the now, and how you love and nurture yourself. And it, like I said, vibrates out to how it affects the rest of the world, the way you treat yourself. So that's what I got.
I
Beautiful.
love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good, good, good.
Good question, Nick. Isn't Nick
Yes.
awesome sauce?
She's always got me thinking. And I repeat the question so I have more time to think.
So, guys, again, this is our beautiful Amy KK.
Love it.
Yeah, that's where she got her name, Amy KK.
My maiden and my married are K and K.
And her group link is in the comments. It is Becoming You Beautiful Whispers. And that's all about listening to the beautiful whispers of your soul. Your soul is not going to lead you astray, it's going to bring you home, you know? And also, guys, thank you everyone who has joined the private group for our upcoming class, which is, and I'm not going to say November, it is June 4th, which is a Saturday, and you guys voted, and the winner is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you guys join the group, the private group, Nick and Neil's, no, it's Silly Rainbow Angels educational gathering. So join that group. The link is in the comments. Make sure you include in the questionnaire your email address. The Zoom link will be sent via email. The recording of the class will also be sent via email. So if you want to keep the recorded version, please download it. It's only going to be in the archives for a short amount of time. So if you'd like to keep the lesson, it's yours. It's free. The class is free. We do accept donations, because we gotta pay for Zoom and stuff. But no, don't feel obligated. The class is free. Why? Because we shine brighter.
Together.
Heather.
Yes, yes. So thank you all for joining us. Amy, thank you for sharing and being vulnerable and expressing how you can rediscover what you remember is your truth, and really allow yourself to see yourself, and honor that. Honor all of the aspects of you. I'm so proud of you. You did such a great
Oh,
job today.
thank you, ladies, and thank you for taking me under your wings, your angel wings.
She's got the wings. She's got the wings. I got the arms. No,
Neil's got the
I got mine as a triangle on top. That's my unicorn horn.
There you go. There you go. But you guys, the archangel class coming up. Like I'm gonna tell you, I've spent a decent amount of money to get the education, and the information that Nick and Neil are going to be giving to us. I spent, and it's there. It's free. It's lighting them up to be able to provide it for us. Take advantage of it. And if you're like me, you want more, and you want more, and you want more. And like I said, put the archangels on as your accessory every day and take them with you. So love you both. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so blessed Thank you.
Thank you all so much. And just for whoever was, I mean, there are few of you who are asking for readings. Just a reminder, readings are on Tuesday. So don't forget, we'll meet all of you on Tuesday evening for card readings.
And we did not do the ABCs today of Oracle cards because the 22nd fell on a Sunday. So we love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, we shine brighter.
Together.
Aloha, everyone.
Good
Take
night.
care. Good night, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.